Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's May 30th. Um, and it is cold and rainy out there this morning. So, I've lived in Idaho my entire life, and I never remember having a May that has been this cold and wet. We're usually well into the 80s, and May is usually just this glorious, beautiful, warm month, and it has not been this year. So, I was excited yesterday about the rain, and I'm excited kind of today about it, but I also think that the sunshine makes me much happier and energizes me. So there's that. But not very many people out on the Greenbelt yesterday. I had almost the whole thing to myself on my run, and it'll probably be that way again today. So that's exciting. So I got up this morning, took a shower, just have been kind of sitting here meditating and writing some thoughts down and drinking coffee and doing my coffee and marijuana meditation. So I don't know. I have a lot of stuff going on. I mean, it's just kind of overwhelming, the amount of thoughts in my head, and the continually just letting go of everything, basically. Just living in the moment, and at the same time figuring out what I want to concentrate on and focus on, and the abundance that I want to live in. And I feel like if we get to spend less time concentrating and focusing on the things that are wrong with our body and mind, and pain and inflammation, and no energy, and then the mind stuff with just all the shit that goes on in our head that's not true, anxiety and depression, and just this living in this made up world of the past or the future, and basically having a freak out about it all day, every day. And then reacting by physically hurting ourselves and either eating a bunch of shit or being addicted to some sort of something that's not good for you. Alcohol, drugs, food. And then we just live in these addictive patterns and stories and can never find the way out to ourself. So I don't know, all of this stuff I've been learning about for years and listening to, and just feels like everyday layers get peeled off to a greater understanding of what all this means. And so anyway, those are just my little deep thoughts about the field of possibilities and living in abundance, and how I'm realizing how important it is to me to surround myself with people that live in abundance and don't have self-limiting beliefs, or aren't stuck in these patterns of shoulds and shame, and just these little daily things that keep us distracted. And instead of spending that time on taking care of our body and our mind, there's so many things that keep us distracted from doing that, and it's almost a constant battle. And I was thinking about that. I don't like war analogies, but I guess that's kind of what we live in is constantly battling these I don't know, earthly battles or things meant to grab our attention away from freedom and beauty, and so it feels like if you can win those small battles and you're not like battling with yourself that you're not going to order food or go out for a drink or not spend the whole weekend streaming garbage on Netflix, or that you're I don't know, sit around and watch the news and be pissed off all day at this side or that side. Make up stories and put labels on people so you can be angry about that. If you spend all your time immersed in all of that bullshit, you don't even know who you really are. Or even how to navigate the game of life. It's just everything is a battle. So, I don't know, the battles of distractions and addictions, and it's rough. So I think what we need to do, and what I have done, and this is not advice, this is just my own journey over the past 10 years, is just work your way out of those things one thing at a time. And, there's a lot of times that I've tried to work my way out of some things and failed. And then I've also, I don't know, I'll say that, my relationship with alcohol has been able to totally change. And it's something I can go do every once in a while and get some pleasure from. And it doesn't fuck with me as long as I don't get too drunk. So I've gotten to this place to where it's like last week I was able to go out and test out just having a couple beers with my neighbors. And I did that and I enjoyed myself. I didn't feel gross. I didn't get anxiety. I didn't want any more the next day. So I feel like that's, if I can do that very rarely and not get drunk, I can have drinks with people every once in a while. And then if I don't want drinks, I'm not going to. Like this Saturday, well, I don't know. Never mind. Well, I have coffee with my friend Corey this morning, and then tomorrow morning I have coffee with my other friend Corey. So I got back-to-back days of Corey's. That's funny. Um, and then I have meeting about Wear Life stuff with Christina tomorrow. And I don't know. I really need to shop for clothes, but I also really want to wait and get a logo so I can just buy my Wear Life clothes because that's really what I want. And so I'll just get my black t-shirts and maybe some other colors and put my logo on it, and I'll walk around with my name on my clothes because I might as well advertise for myself instead of somebody else. So I think when I was meditating this morning, you know, or whatever, I'm thinking, I just keep thinking about what the new currency is, and there's Ima. Yeah, she's showing up, and there she goes. Okay. I keep thinking about, you know, the devalued money as currency so much it can no longer really be the currency. So I kind of came to the conclusion that it's going to be social credit, but it's going to be, honestly, how well you can market yourself. And then the other part of that is people are so addicted to the sick care system and so scared of not participating in it that they are going to be willing to work and use their bodies to work to get benefits because nobody can afford health care. And so benefits are also how people are going to get paid if they are scared not to have health care. So anyway, clicks and marketing are the new currency, basically. And if you can figure out how to market yourself well enough and speak to enough people, then that's currency. So I guess I'm just gonna call myself an uneducated on every level, basically. I mean, I know how to read and write and do math. But beyond that, I'm not educated. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a nutritionist, and I'm not an economist, and I'm not an herbalist, and I'm not any sort of a whatever. I'm not, and I never want to be. I never want to be educated by somebody that learned something from somebody else, or somebody that was told what to think. I want to come to my own conclusions and figure out what to think out of my own curiosity and not because somebody else tells me what or how I need to think. And so that goes with education and religion and science and all of those things that basically come down to marketing anyway. I mean, that's all they are, and who can market to who. Science is marketing, and religion, it's marketing. It's a story, and then it's how well you can sell the story to get as many followers as you can. Get people to buy into your marketing. So was wondering if there's any um, bands of people on Earth that haven't been touched by some sort of marketing, whether that's science or religion or education or whatever, if they're just basically wild ape humans, not tamed and put in the zoo ones. I wonder if there's any of those left, the wild ape ones. I don't know. Anyway, such a really short span of a very big jump in the evolutionary process of humans. I mean, it's really not very long in the grand scheme. Anyway, I want logo stuff, which means I need a logo. And once I get a logo, then we're off to the races, because I can like build out the things that I need to build. So I building this whole thing is like a little bit crazy, and trying to figure out where the boundaries and lines are going to be between the business and me, and basically how I use my business to hire myself to be the chief marketing person. And how I can give away my knowledge without giving away my knowledge, if that makes sense. So I just do what I did before, but I don't have the store. That's all. And I don't have to work all those hours either. It's the new way. Everybody's paving the new way. We're mobile. People want to live in RVs. I'm thinking RV parks are a good thing to build right now in cool places. Buy a bunch of property and put RV parks there for people and have a high tech and fun. Anyway, that's what my sister should buy. A place to put an RV park. They're experts at it. Well, my mind keeps telling me I want to fast, and my stomach says, oh no, we'll die without food, or vice versa. I'm not sure. But my little adventure back to carbs and nuts put about 5 pounds on me, like almost instantly. And I would like to lose that, which means a couple days of not eating. And then I can lose it almost instantly. So I could make that day today, but I don't want to. So I don't know. I'm gonna, after the flow dance the other night, and just how I feel like I go there and do that, and it's like crossing into another world. And I just get to like, I don't even know how to explain all the beauty and joy that happens there. It is just to feel purely moved by the spirit, God, high vibration, to feel purely moved by that. And then not feel judged at all. There's no rules. There's no you should haves. There's no you're going to hell if you do this. There's no judgment. We all get to show up and be who we are and be working on what we're working on. And there's no judgment. And judgment isn't allowed. And we get to peel off all these layers of our ego and leave them at the door. And we don't have a story to defend. And we just get to be free. So, sorry, Ima started licking, and it is not going to be the Chris and Ima licking show. I can't deal with that shit. The snoring, I can ignore it, I think. But the licking, Anyway, so back to my I don't know. It's either being able to be completely embodied and feel just beautiful energy going through me there, or it's, I guess it's just being able to completely disconnect from all the things I hate about myself or whatever. So with that, next month to start July is ayahuasca with Om and his new crew. And I haven't wanted to go sit with Om, but I feel like I'm changing how I feel about that, and with the trust I'm building with these people, I feel a lot safer in the setting, and I feel like I'm going in there with a completely different mindset, and that it may help just like blast me out of this weight I'm carrying around with me, which is like both physical and metaphorical, to help me do the next thing and have the energy for the next thing and the ideas for the next thing and the strength of character for the next thing, the boundaries for the next thing. This helped blast me off to, ayahuasca diet has certainly helped get me on this road. So, anyway, that's something I'm thinking about doing. If I can get the dogs into daycare and not have any limiting beliefs about money, I think it can get done. So, well, I'm going to get up. I think Ima's ready to eat her breakfast. And so I'm going to get up and get going with my day. I'm excited about it. It's going to be nice. Well, it's not really nice out, but it's going to be a good day. And I really do love to run in the rain. It's wonderful. So, anyway, well, happy Sunday. Thank you for coming to the Chris and Ima show. We really appreciate you showing up. I love you very, very much.